We're live now. Don't know what's happening.
Yeah, but we're not.
No, we can't go on the panel for some reason. Maybe it's in buttons in the bottom here. I don't know. No.
And there's not even anyone like in the chat kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Weird. I don't know what the freaking hell's going on. But anyway,
maybe I'll just have to see.
I'll let the broadcast.
Is this?
Hey? Oh, Henry and Jim are here. Can you hear us, you fellas? Well, they can hear us. We just can't get on the panel, mate. I think that's might have something to do with the buttons. Fuck if I know.
A few technical issues, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
There you go. Oh, yeah. G'day, Henry. G'day, Jim. Old mate. Yeah, a few technical issues at the moment. So.
Yeah, what's going on here?
They can obviously, everyone can hear us, but they just can't see us.
Yeah.
Usually we're right to go, but Suckerhorn is not here, so he's scheduled to come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, g'day, Banksy. Yeah, sorry, Zimmy, mate. I'm up here on the farm up in Nakhon Sawan.
Yeah, Zimmy. Hey, Banksy.
I suppose you guys know where that is.
Yeah.
But I had to start the broadcast a bit earlier because things have changed up here, and we're going out with the family a bit later.
I don't know we can't get onto the you can't exit the bloody panel. The bloody panel there. I don't know why. It's fucking crazy. There you go, Andy.
Andy, g'day, mate.
Yeah, we usually press those buttons underneath here.
Yeah, well, I've got a cold beer, a cold Leo, which I've just opened, so I might as well start that one.
Yeah. We might be able to get on here and fucking show us what we're doing wrong. Set it up the same way as I've always done them, you know. I don't know what the hell's going on, but fuck if I know. But it'll be something simple.
Yeah, it will be something. It will be something simple.
Yeah,
but
the overlays, you know, the countdown train. Oh, fuck if I know. But anyway, whatever. Now I'll get back to the chat.
Oh well, we'll just go. We'll just have to talk to you guys without seeing our faces, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, I've got the avatar up anyway, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, we've got 140 watching, so we're laughing. Bonus. Yeah. That's not fucking dinner. We've got a roast on. It cost me $25. I was going to cook it last night, and I've got sidetracked, so we've got to cook it tonight.
Geez, I haven't had a roast for a month. I've been in Thailand for a month so far.
Hey.
It's kind of flown.
I've got a roast lamb, you know. I usually just cook it up, have a meal, and then slice it up and, put it in the freezer sort of thing, and have meals there for later. I'm poking over somebody else to get on here so we can bloody, so I can go do it. But anyway. Yeah, no, it's just bloody, your missus would be glad to be up there with the family again, wouldn't she?
Yeah, my missus she's always at her happiest when she's up here seeing her family, seeing her mum and her two brothers.
Yeah, I've got a mate. He left. He's out over there today, so he'll be over there now. He left early this morning. He left from bloody Tweed Heads because you can get international flights from Tweed Heads here.
Okay.
He had to stop over at Singapore. I don't know how long for, but they go up to Carlson, just about 3 hours north of Buriram.
Yeah. That Andy, yeah, the trip's going really good, Andy. Oh, sorry, Jim. What have I done? Been in Bangkok, met up with Suckerhorn and My Two Bart, and a couple of subscribers. That was great. Had about a week there. Haven't drank so much Leo, I reckon, for a long time in this last month. But and then headed up to Katchanaburi and went up for the up to the cemetery there for the morning, the 11th Remembrance Day, it's called.
Remembrance Day, yeah.
Yeah, and I wore my granddad's medals and went to the Remembrance Day. Jono was up there. Jono came up and with his wife, and we had about a week up there. It was fantastic. One of my favourite places to go now is up in Katchanaburi. Really, really great place. It was really, really busy as well. There's a lot of people around. It was great.
Just fucking around on here. It's the bloody 3 buttons on the screen that says remove from stream, exit solo layout, and mute. I don't know what all that means. I'm trying to work out why we can't bloody get onto the bloody screen there.
Yep, that's a good question.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I've said that I always do it, but anyway, fuck the one.
Yeah, so Katchanaburi was great. Really had a good time. Like I said, one of my favourite go-to places now. It's only like 2 hours from Bangkok, so it's not far. Taxi for about 1,000 baht or something, and you're there. So really enjoyed it. Found a really good hotel to stay in. Did a hotel review. Haven't put it up on the channel yet, but that'll be coming up. G'day, Steve Morris. I caught up with Steve in Bangkok.
How you going, Steve? How you going, Luke?
We met up with Steve in Bangkok, and he took us out for dinner one night. Had a magic night. Really good guy, Steve, and really appreciate you going out your way, mate, to make it a great night for us. Yeah, Luke. It's good, Pedro, to see you walk around vlogs of the places you talked about on your Friday Arvo sessions. Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a while, Luke. Actually, where how I was going to start it off, and whether I was going to do one of those, the ones I do when you go to the airport and you video, the baggage, going into the into the hole and having a beer in the airport. But no, I thought I'd start it, on the streets of Bangkok, and yeah, I enjoyed doing it. I enjoy doing the vlogs over here. They're so easy to do because you can just point the camera literally anywhere. Obviously, as long as it's not in a punter's face in a bar. But I don't video bar girls and all that kind of stuff. It's not my go. I know a lot of people do video vlog that, but a bit of a clickbait kind of thing, I suppose. But not my go. But yeah, thanks, Luke. Appreciate the feedback. Yeah, we've tried to end the stream, haven't we?
Yeah.
Ray, we ended. We stopped it and then we tried to fire it up again, but for some reason we haven't got the professionals with us. My Two Bart, TMW, and Suckerhorn, the YouTube specialists.
Yeah, right.
Are missing the action.
Yeah, I know. Somebody show up on again.
Unfortunately,
fucking starving. Yeah. Yeah, it's bloody. Yeah, I know.
But I ended up going over to Cambodia with 3 or 4 mates, hitting on Pen for a couple of days. Great city. Yeah, I did. Okay, mate. Did the killing fields, all the kind of like touristy things. Went back to that. I think it's called S21 or something, where the Khmer Rouge had a prison. They made a prison out of a school. I think it's S21 or something. I mean, suppose some of you blokes have been there. Very sad stuff, the history in Cambodia. But ended up getting on a bus and heading down to a place called Cam Pot. It should be up on my YouTube channel now. I just put it up about 5 minutes ago. So check that one out, guys, tonight if you get a chance. Cam Pot's a magic spot. It's on a river. I know a couple of you guys have been there already, but it was good to go back. I hadn't been there for about 4 years. And really had a great time down there. Really nice and slow. Get out of the kind of big cities. It's pretty noisy here because we're on a main road and got big trucks going past. I'm up in Nakhon Sawan, which is about 4 hours north of Bangkok, up at the wife's farm. Everyone's just kicking back at the moment because it's kind of the hottest time of the day around this time, 3, 4 o'clock. Is it 20 past 3? Yeah, Andy, you'll love it, mate. You'll love Cambodia. Great people, really easy to get around. And the one thing I did, fellas, the best thing I really kind of found out about Cambodia, and I've been there a few times, but I reckon it's a lot cheaper than Thailand. It just, I took American dollars with me. They kind of suggest that you take American dollars, the pristine notes. They don't take anything that's folded or got any like pen or any marks on them or something like that. They're pretty kind of fussy about their American dollars. But I came back to Thailand with shitloads of it, so I suppose the best example you can give, how cheap is a country. Well, there was an American dollar for a beer, so work that one out. One US dollar for a beer. So, like I said, very, very cheap to get around. Because there was 4 of us, we got these, like minibuses, and we just had just the 4 or 5 of us in a minibus going to A to B, and we just all put in, $5 each. Whereas, because there was 5 of us, it didn't cost that much. So, yeah, very cheap. Yeah, about 35 baht for a beer, Jimmy. I went out with Suckerhorn in Bangkok. We did the usual, did the Cowboy and the Nana Plaza. Pretty expensive, like we went out and had a really good night, and didn't really knock too much back, as in for drinks and all that kind of stuff. But I think I was at the Shark Bar down in Cowboy, and I think I got a Corona. I didn't even ask for it. I asked for something else, and anyway, the Corona beer came, and it was 220 baht for a Corona. So that was the last Corona I'm going to have in Thailand. Yeah, right, Andy. They I haven't heard anything about that, but they do use the real, their local currency. They still use that a lot. But obviously, like it's a typical it's typical money that's like $5. You get about 500 notes. I think I think a dollar is an American dollar. You've got to have about 10 of these reals. So there's nothing worse when you've got all these paper dollars in your pocket, and they don't really add up to much at all. So yeah, the real, that's the one. It takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but like anything really. And the dollar, obviously, you're realising the dollar's not an Australian dollar; it's an American dollar. So, but I took all my American dollars there. That was probably the best thing I did. So I didn't go to an ATM or anything like that to get money out. I just had all the money with me as I landed in Phnom Penh. Yeah, you just give them away, don't you, Zimmy? They don't really. They just don't kind of. They just haven't got a lot of value, in the real. You give them away at the airport or on the way to the airport. Why $2? Joe reckons that we've got an overlay. We should be able to cancel it. Yeah, I know. It's kind of ridiculous, Jimmy, that the reel over there, like it's just not worth much at all. You're better off dealing in the American dollar. Yeah, whatever the overlay is, Joe, I wouldn't have a clue. But I think Ray's trying to sort it out somehow. But anyway, life goes on. Nakhon Sawan, smack bang middle in the middle of Thailand, really. Halfway between Bangkok and halfway between Bangkok and say Chiang Mai. Predominantly rice and sugarcane and corn. And they've started growing gum trees here as well for the wood. But yeah, I can, Luke. The problem being is in up here in Thailand, it's the Australian game is at 2:00 in the morning, and that's pretty late, especially when you're up on the farm. Everyone's in bed usually by about 9 or 10. So I'm gonna have to set the alarm. I think you're better off being in Melbourne to watch it time wise, because it's on at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. in Melbourne. You can sleep, you can have a good sleep and get up early and watch it. I'd rather watch it at 6 other than 2 a.m. And the other problem they've got here is they've got all the bars shutting at 2 a.m., especially the ones down at Pattaya. They applied for. I was talking to Nick Dean, NDTVI. He was saying they were trying to get extensions on their liquor licenses till 4 o'clock, but they were having no joy. So they were having to shut the bars at 2 a.m. And then games like Australia, England, and were starting at 2 a.m. And the bars are shut. So pain in the ass for everyone involved, really. You have to go back to your room to watch it. But obviously there's lock-in bars, bars that are run by the Thai army or the coppers or owned by the bloody royal family. There's always something open. G'day, Saul. How you going, mate? Just having a few issues with the picture, Saul. Just can't get our ugly heads on the viewer at the moment. So just going to go with the audio at the moment. So the other good thing about being here this time of year, so what are we, the 3rd of December, is the weather. Now, I must say that Nakhon Sawan, I've been here, many, many, many times. What am I, 56 now? I first came here when I was 26 years old. when I first met my wife. So that's what, 30 years. And I've kind of worked out that the best time to come up here is now, because the weather is it's bearable. You know, it cools down in the evenings, and you can get away with just sleeping with a fan. And also in the day, it's not too hot. You know, it's not that unbearable heat. And it'll get cooler as time, as December, goes on, and also January. So I reckon the best time to visit, I reckon Thailand is now, for the weather, that is. That's my personal view. Yeah, I know. It's the tractors and the trucks, because it's just a farming area. All these tractors and trucks and bloody motorbikes they fly by, and they're pretty noisy. And it's Saturday. They work all the time. I mean, I think Ollie's brothers maybe take Sunday off now and then. Yeah, they're always working. It's unbelievable. They've just got the highest work ethic. It intrigues me sometimes. Like, they get paid fuck all, and they've just got this massive work ethic. They're always working. Especially my wife's brothers. They're good lads. They're good lads. They all like a beer as much as the next person, but they're good blokes, good solid blokes. So how many falungs up here, old mate? I haven't seen one. So it's unlike Udon Thani or somewhere like that, where you'll see falung, down the street all the time. Up here in Nakhon Sawan, you're lucky to see one falung, in 2 or 3 months of being here. Which is not a bad thing, I suppose. But it also would be good to catch up with maybe an Aussie or an Englishman or whatever, if they're good blokes. But no, you don't see any flunks up here at all, mate. It's quite weird, actually. It's just like being off the grid. I mean, I remember years ago, without having phones and laptops and being, not, doing this kind of thing was unheard of. You had to send a postcard back to your mum and dad, or make a phone call, but you have to go down to the local servo, and use their phone, like a reverse call.
Oh, that's better.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fucking organise everything here at the moment. Fucking I'm glad it.
My two Bart's just been on.
Has he?
Yep.
Yeah, I sort of did bloody wrong.
My two Bart, just going back in the chat, says he's driving at the moment.
Right.
What did he say? He says it looks like you have an overlay. You should be able to cancel the overlay.
Hang on a second, let me have a look. Screen online.
That's what he said. Yeah. Oh, there you go. There we go.
I'll leave you still. I'm just going to have me dinner. I'll just.
How are you, mate?
Good, Jono. Good, mate. How you going? What's doing?
Good. I just come out the back room. I didn't realise we kicked off early. How are you, pal?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. I was just saying to the guys, got to head out a bit later, so had to make it a bit earlier. Sorry for that.
No worries, mate. How are you, Ray?
Ray's eating his roast dinner.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
Yeah, to
And
get
how's
off,
it
he's got
going,
a 25. Yeah, good. Up at the farm, just telling the boys.
Very good.
Yeah, been up here for well, it seems like forever, but I've been up here for about a week now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, mate, tell you what, it's been, I don't think I've drank so much Leo beer. I reckon I've drank more Leo beer up here than I did when you were in Bangkok with me.
Oh God. I just noticed Steve Morris is in the audience. G'day, Steve.
Yeah.
We must thank Steve. Steve took us out. We had a wonderful night. He shared us out. We had a great feed, and went out and chased around some of the what happens in Thailand stays in Thailand. Let's not say too much, eh?
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
But thank you so much, Steve. Lovely catching up with you again. But we had a lovely feed with Steve, and the most enjoyable evening, and very nice to meet nice new friends. It was wonderful. But I like
had a
these.
ball.
We must do that. We'll do that again next year, I think. We'll catch up again next year.
Yeah, we should make it a bit of an annual event.
Why not? And we bumped into Trev. Yeah,
we bumped into Trev's travel tales. Trev's over here getting his teeth fixed.
Yeah.
Getting his
2
teeth
years
fixed.
later, out come the conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah, conspiracy theories coming out.
Yeah.
He was all over the gunja, like as everyone knows now, that you can smoke gunja in Bangkok. For instance, Bangkok, you can actually smoke there in the public, really, can't you, Jono?
Well, yes. Well, that's what I was doing up in Soy Cowboy, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what. There's kind of specific smoking areas. Like, there's all these signs. Like in Nada, there was a sign saying around the bar, it said no smoking. Like it had a no smoking sign, and then where all the stalls, the bar stalls were, and the tables, it kind of had like the smoking area, gunja smoking area,
10 feet away.
Yeah. And 2 meters away from that, there's 2 coppers sitting down, doing security. They don't give a fuck,
They don't care.
Cheers, cheers, Jono. We were getting locked up 5 years ago, or even, not now. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers,
G'day,
mate.
Perd.
I actually, I think I mentioned, well, you mentioned to me you were going to do a video on Patpong. As we know, there's, Patpong's certainly not like it was 3 years ago. Anyway, after having a bit of a taste in Soy Cowboy, I thought I'll wander down to Patpong, see what I can find, Well, anyway, I found in Patpong 2, just opposite the Triple X bar on the other side of the street. Just where the supermarket is there in Patpong 2. Well, across the road, directly across the road, is a little hole in the wall. Little hole in the wall there, and you go in there, and it's about 4 feet across by about 10 foot big, and it's got all the gunja up on the wall. And I go in there, and first night I went in there was a little poetry. I was going, how much for a joint? So 200 baht. So no worries, because what we're paying 120 baht down at Soy Cowboy. I was giving that bloke money. I was giving him 200 baht. And I wasn't getting any change back, so it didn't matter. Didn't matter. So I was just sitting in the shop, and having a number with him. That was all right. With her, it was just tie shield, the first night. I went back the following night, and the bloke who owned the joint, he was there. He was from Austria. His father owns a couple of bars in Patpong, he said. And, he's opened up this sort of thing, and he's been living in Thailand for 3 months. But had a couple of nice conversations, with him. asked him, can you recommend any bars in Patpong? Because, you know, g'day, Mike. How are you, mate? Hope you're feeling better, mate. You know, I asked him, can you recommend any bars in Patpong? And he said, this one here, you know, the Black Pagoda Bar, which is right next to it, you know. He said, you can go and you can buy the joints here, you can go and smoke upstairs, no worries, you know, if you want. And I said, oh, yeah. And I said, I don't know about that, you know. But anyway, I went up there and, oh, yeah, quite a nice little joint, you know. But one of the only places, you know, I found he actually smoked cigarettes inside the bar. There was no drama.
Yeah.
And some top sorts in there. You know?
Yeah, it's upstairs, isn't it? I've heard of it, the Black Pagoda. I've never been there. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I've heard of that. Yeah. But
I went back there.
I walked down there the other
2 or 3.
Yeah, go on.
Went back there 2 or 3 times. I think that the first night in Patpong, I think when you went off to Cambodia, I went down to Patpong and I went down to my old haunt at the King's Castle and, you know, and spoke to the little lady who sells the lingerie in between the, you know, Patpong 1 and Patpong 2. I spoke to her for about 2 hours. You know, I was sitting there at the front of her shop with her. Hadn't seen her for years, and we're just chatting how times have changed. And, you know, and she said, where you go? I said, I'll go to my old haunt, the King's Castle. And I just turned around the corner, and here's the mama son. As soon as I walked around the corner, she said, hello, John. How's things? I said, beautiful night. Let's go in and have a look. So I went and sat down and, you know, and had a few drinks of her. Spotted a couple of little honeys. But that had all changed. A very quiet Patpong 1. You know, there's nothing there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I did a walk down there just the other day when we come back from Cambodia, and it's kind of it's a bit early, you know, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So, you know, obviously nothing happening. But yeah, there's a lot of shops and bars and joints closed down there. They're not going to open again. I saw that like the Castle Group. There's 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Yeah, it was pretty sad, you know. Pretty sad.
Joe came down with the lurgy. Yeah, we had organised. We were going to go down to the stamp shops, you know, and check out the stamps. And, you know, and anyway, Joe came down with the lurgy and wasn't able to catch up with him for a second time, which was a bit of drama. You know, we'll catch up with you next year, Joe. I'll come over again, you know, this time next year, and you know, we'll check the man out, and we'll make sure we get down to the stamp shops this time. But, you know, I went to go to the stamp shops and it was closed. No, I said, it's after 11 o'clock. Why isn't it open? I'm standing outside the shop and the metal, you know, gates. G'day, Ray. You know, the metal gates, you know, can't open, and the Blake squeeze open. So we're not open on Wednesdays. I said, grouse. I said, I'm leaving back, you know, going back to Australia tomorrow. And I said, I've come here especially. And so I know we're not open. Well, anyway, his son was there. And, you know, his son said to his old man, so I'll take care of him. So he went in there and got a couple of stamp albums and some stamp sheets and, you know, some, you know, plastic covers, and, you know, that was all right. But, you know, you buy it for about, you know, a quarter of the price of what you get here and top quality stuff. It was good to see him, and, you know, got all my gear, came back and threw that in the luggage. Caught up with Scott,
nice.
You know, that afternoon, you know, saw Scott, you know, that was good.
Oh, yeah.
But it's good to hear you on the mend, Joe. Good to hear you on the mend.
Yeah, I didn't know Joe was sick.
Sorry?
He had COVID. Oh, Joe had COVID, didn't he?
Yeah, the coof.
Yes.
Yeah, they reckon that there's going to be a lot of COVID back in Thailand. I was talking to the head monk over at the temple yesterday, and he was telling us that that there's going to be a resurgence of COVID-19 in fucking Thailand.
Yeah, well, that'll make him fucking happy.
Don't know how true it is. Just come from the head monk, though. You know, Ajahn Ho, who's the man. But anyway, everyone like over here, like we went into Nakhon Sawan, into the city centre. I think it was yesterday. Went up, had to go and buy a TV. so we could watch the World Cup, because the TV they've got is the one we bought about 20 years ago, and it's no good anymore. So, but you got to wear. What's that?
One of those CRT ones.
Yeah, Well, no, it was just a little TV they had. But I bought a smart TV, good size TV. Ollie's brother's, he's the one who just walked past. He's a good lad. He put it up on the wall. Smart TV. It cost about $650.
Yeah, all right.
Big one.
Big one.
Yeah, big fucker. Big fucker. So, everyone's wrapped. So I haven't watched any games yet because I've fallen asleep every day. Everyone goes to bed so early up here.
Yeah. What brand?
What brand is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
no, that's
Sony Little League, whatever.
You probably won't be able to see, but
Yeah.
they put it up on the wall. There it is there. Look at the size of that.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking about 65. Yeah, bargain.
I think it's called Aconti. I've never heard of it.
It's a Panasonic.
No, it's not a Panasonic. It's an
Tell me, Pete.
Yes, mate.
Tell me, Pete, up in Nakhon Sawan, they wearing masks up there?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. When you go to the shopping centre, you've got to wear masks. That's compulsory in the shopping centres. But just out and about, you don't have to. You don't have to use your discretion, but people do wear them. You often see riding past on motorbikes with their mask on and no helmet. You know that one?
Yeah. 95% in people at Bangkok are wearing masks, aren't they?
Yeah, they're still wearing them.
Look at those snowdroppers in the array. You got clothes hanging out in the road there, drying out. You're lucky you got no fucking snowdroppers up over there, eh?
Oh, no snowdroppers here, mate.
The
clothes are only worth it, Jesus, just buy them at the market,
Crackheads there is still a matter of principle.
There's no Adidas or Nike hanging up there, mate.
Yeah. Oh, down in Melbourne, you got all the bloody ashays or whatever you call them. Ashays.
That's where they sit all over here. They sit under here. This is kind of the communal areas where you have eat dinner, meet people, all that kind of thing.
Got an old tractor there or something.
Yeah. It's like you kind of push it, like you've got the handlebars there, and it kind of that kind of thing.
That's a rice cultivator, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Are you staying at the family home, Peter, or you got a hotel?
No, stay at the family home, mate. Like I was saying before, the weather's pretty good up here, Jono. The weather's it's nice and it's not bad in the evenings. You can get away with just having a fan. It cools down a bit, and the days are not too hot. Then they're not unbearable, so to speak. So we're all staying under the same roof.
Yeah, I think they'd lower the roofs a bit, like put a roof up and let an aerator sort of get the hot air out of there to cool the house down a lot.
Yeah, the roofs are obviously, there's no insulation or anything like that.
No, just radiators.
Pretty standard,
Couldn't have a roof like that here, unless you want to fucking roast.
Yeah. But, this is...
I just got back here. Craig, sorry, Pete. Craig just asked. I went over to Thailand. Yeah, just got back last week. Yeah, Pete said, you're there for another couple of months now, aren't you?
Yeah, mate. I don't get back until about the 7th of Feb at this stage.
Hey, you realise you got photo bombed before?
What's that, mate? Did I get photo bombed?
Yeah, well, that must have been the young fella behind you pulling faces at us.
Yeah, that was my son, I think. That must have been my son. Yeah, my son's up here, so he's a bit of a YouTuber, and he's got all the. He bought a drone, so he's brought the drone up to the farm. So no one's seen one before. You know, they've got it up in the bloody sky. It's going over the temple and over the rice farm, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, all the family are watching it. You know, they haven't seen anything like that before. You know.
Oh, you'd be fascinated.
Yeah, yeah. It's quite funny actually to see these people up here that haven't seen any of that kind of thing before.
Good business.
How did the boys go in Cambodia, Pete?
Yeah, mate, had a great time. Just having a good chat. Sorry. Yeah, really good. Phnom Penh was great. Had a good time there, 3 or 4 days, and then went down to Cam Pot, down towards near the beach. Spent about 5 days down there, and yeah, really enjoyed it. Hired a couple of motorbikes. Went for a ride down the beach. Went to a couple of markets, some waterfalls. Yeah, just really kicked back. They had a ball, absolute ball. And it's cheap. It's so cheap over there, Jono, compared to Thailand. It's just so much cheaper.
It looks nice over there.
Yeah, we went out a couple of nights, and like 4,000 or 5,000 baht at the bar. You wouldn't say that's a cheap night out, would you? You know? Yeah.
No, it wasn't. We did spend a bit of money, and that was expected, but it does add up. It does add up, as Jono can contest to.
That's the night when you got that second missus out in Soy Cowboy, where you thought you got married again. There's some Sheila in there, she was screaming at Pete, telling her what to do, and I said to Pedro, I said, how long have you been married to her? We couldn't get out of the joint quick enough, She was real nasty, wasn't she?
Yeah, a nightmare, absolute nightmare, pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
Someone can be a complete pain in the ass. I don't know why. It just, I must just draw those pain in the ass ones. Sometimes. I'm sure everyone knows one.
What's that? I missed that.
Just the girls. They can be a pain in the ass.
The whole depends if they got a dick or not.
Well, that's something I don't. I don't. I'm a bit like Jono. I'm pretty positive. Maybe 99.9% sure. I can pick one from the other. What do you reckon, Jono?
Yeah, without doubt. But our mate that came over, your mate that came over from the club, he didn't know shit from clay.
Oh man,
every Sheila he's put, guys, the fucking bloke. Anyway, the rumour has it, he went home with one. The first night he was there, he was in missing in action the next morning. It was Stewie, wasn't it?
Nothing else.
Was it Wildy?
Wildy, yeah, sorry, Wildy.
Yeah, Wildy. Yeah, seriously, one of my mates can't tell the difference, and that's scary. That's pretty scary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't want to tell the difference.
Yeah,
He had
no idea.
Yeah.
Man.
But Cambodia was good. How was your flight back to Melbourne, Jono?
No drama, mate. One thing I was spewing at, I was a bit slow going through immigration, but we got to the airport. The taxi driver was there early. I suppose we're at the airport about 20 to 6 in the morning. We're at the airport. And
early.
It took us a good hour and a half, to get through immigration and all the various checks and measures. And the longest part was checking in. To Thai International. The queues are long. Anyway, we get in there, we get to the duty free, and it was about an hour before the flight, and worked up the duty free. Said, can I have 6 bottles of Sanctum, please? And the woman said, she looked at her watch, she said, which flight are you going on? So I flight to Melbourne in an hour's time. She said, no, you got to be here 2 hours before the flight before you can buy duty free. I said, you're kidding, aren't you? She said, no. She said, I can't sell it to you. It's not worth my job. So I came home without any alcohol. I was
That sucks.
spewing. You know,
I don't think you.
so that's a
Correct me
bit
if
of
I'm wrong. I don't think you can.
tip for you.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think you can actually take duty free out of Bangkok. You have to buy it back in Melbourne, I think.
No, you
No,
get
no,
out of
you
Bangkok,
can.
they give it to you when you get to customs. My first trip, that's what happened. Well, they give it
Yeah,
to
they
you.
You
take
can
your
buy it in
books like
Bangkok 2 hours before your flight, and they meet you at the flight desk. You know, like where you the boarding desk.
okay.
They'll meet you there, and they hand over your duty free to you, and you just take it on the plane there. But because I was I was only an hour out instead of 2 hours out. She wouldn't let me buy it. Oh, it was real dirty.
Well, that sucks.
I'll just let you know about Jetstar. So I come over by Jetstar. It was delayed 4 hours. That's just fucking normal for Jetstar. So I was delayed 4 hours in Melbourne. Finally got on board and away we went. My family came in just this week. My wife and the 2 kids. Like my son's 27 and my daughter's 22. And my wife's luggage got here, but my kids' luggage didn't get here, did it?
Oh.
The fucking Jetstar left the luggage in Melbourne.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah, please.
Doesn't seem to be any of them that fucking have any idea what they're doing anymore, right?
That was a nightmare. But how's this one? Because I'm living up on the predominantly it's like a off the grid kind of place, and the taxi rolled up last night, didn't it, with the luggage?
Fair dinkum.
So Jetstar, Jetstar paid for a taxi to come up 4 hours from the airport, mind you, from Suvarnabhumi, and 4 hours later he's rocked up to the front house here and handed over the baggage. So we got it back. I think it was 4 days later.
How many people on the plane would they have done that to, you reckon? How much money is adding up to for the idiots? You think they'd get their shit together, wouldn't you? Fucking
happens all the time. And anyway, while we're on the subject of airports and all that kind of stuff, so when I came back from Cambodia, I had to obviously go back through immigration again, because obviously it's a international flight, so I'm going back through bloody Thai immigration again. And I remember Jono said once, if you have a chance, don't go to the female immigration officer, because they can give you the shits. They're a pain in the ass, and they can kind of jack you up a little bit. Try and take the male bloke, the blokes. Anyway, I go up to this fucking female, this little Sheila. She's checking the passport. She goes, How long are you coming over to Thailand for? I said, about 40 days. She goes, where are you staying? I said, on a farm up in Nakhon Sawan. She goes, have you got the address? I've gone, no. I said, my wife flies in tonight. She's got the address. Yeah, now, remember when we used to fill those cards in, the cards when you went into Thailand?
Yeah.
The TM6s.
Jono? You put them in your
TM6,
the TM6s. Well, she was asking me, she was more or less asking me those details, which you fill out on the TM6, which they got rid of. And anyway, just to be a complete pain in the ass, because she probably didn't like the side of me or whatever, she had to ask me the 1,000 questions. Oh, I was there for ages. Where are you? Where in Nakhon Sawan? And anyway, she just shook her head like that and just went stamp and passport back, and through I went. So Jono's right.
Had a similar sort of thing in Bangkok, Pete. I don't know why. When we got there, we took our time getting off the plane. We went the first off the plane, halfway through, and then we got the SIM card, and that was about another 5 minutes. And anyway, we're walking down, those, what mobile escalator things, you stand on instead of walking. And we jump off one, about halfway there before you got to immigration. And a bloke said to me, wife, you're a Thai national. And she said, yeah. He said, well, come this way. So instead of walking another, 400 metres, we've taken the shortcut, straight through, through this little side door. And you walked into the immigration. And God is my witness, I've never seen anything like it in over 40 years going to Thailand. We're the only people standing in immigration.
Lagi bawah. Oleh. What's on? Yeah.
We're the only people standing in immigration, Pete. Anyway,
yeah.
We've gone over the Thai queue, the Thai family come over this way, and sure as life, my wife goes through first, Wife goes through first. She got a new passport, And then the woman says, have you got your old passport? And I thought, what the fuck do you want your old passport for? And luckily I had it. Luckily I had her old passport. So he's dipped in the bag and pulled that out, and she's taking one look at it. Yeah, no way, don't even look after it. And she stamped it, and she was through, and then Jack through next, didn't even question Jack, and didn't question me or the joint. But it's the first I've ever seen immigration, in Thailand, and not a soul in the whole waiting area. Not a soul.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We're out of the joint. The longest thing at the airport was waiting for the taxi. Because we had, 3 people, and 6, pieces of luggage. We was waiting for a big taxi. That was the only sort of delay.
Yeah. It can be pain, complete pain. But anyway, definitely got through it. Didn't ask anyone else any questions.
Yeah, just you. Yeah.
Just me.
Yeah, nice.
Quite funny.
Watching.
Anyway.
Yeah, good, aren't they?
Yeah, you just got to keep cool and calm and collected, I think. Because it gets you nowhere if you get.
Was it busy in immigration for you, mate?
I was coming back from Cambodia. It was full. Yeah, there was big lines. Probably took about 45 minutes to get through the line. It was a lot quieter when I come through from Melbourne the first time. I think it just depends on the time, the time in the day. Like people have been saying that it's been really hard to get a taxi from Suvarnabhumi Airport. There've been big lines and queues to get taxis, but again, I went down, obviously down at I think it's the first floor where you get the taxis, and there was no one there, so I got a taxi straight away.
You get the machine. There's a machine there. You go and you get a number. You just walk straight out.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's right. That's you walk up to the machine, you punch in a couple of numbers, and you just go to the bay number. I had a female taxi driver actually. It was quite weird. So, but it kind of works out well. Pretty proficient. And then they ask you, whether you tell them you want to put the meter on, and then they say, well, you got to, do you want to go by the tollway, which is Tung Nang, and you got to pay for I just say, let's just take the freeway and just pay the extra just to get there quickly.
Yeah.
So
I think they kept from the airport back when I first got there. The only time I didn't get to buy a taxi driver.
Yeah.
Where are you heading to tonight, Pete?
I'm gonna just heading up over to going out for a bit of a feed, and then we're heading over to the I've done a vlog on it before years ago. It's a monkey temple, and there's a million monkeys, and there's all these vampire bats coming out of these caves.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna go. Right. Yeah, we're gonna go see that. So it's only half an hour away, but that's a bit of a kind of night out for us. So
tennis racket.
Yeah, I'll take the GoPro just in case.
Yeah,
and,
correct.
My son's going to put the drone up, and I suppose they'll have to be careful that a bat doesn't take it away or whatever, or a monkey doesn't grab it. So
yeah, exactly. I don't like monkeys.
Yeah, no, you kind of let them have their distance, don't you? These monkeys down where we're going, I'll do a vlog on it. There's fucking millions of them. Seriously, absolutely millions of them.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to abuse one. The rest of them would gang up on you.
Yeah, no, the plagues. It's in plague form. Plague form. So.
We had a decent day here for a change, Pete. It was 30 degrees in Melbourne today.
Oh, really?
Jesus.
Yeah.
30 degrees in Melbourne.
The other day, we had like 36, 34, 35 one day. The next day, it dropped nearly 20 degrees.
Wow.
Like a Peter's fault.
Good.
Yeah, it doesn't change up here. Every day's the same up here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, crazy.
Every day's the same. Yeah.
It'll get hot soon enough.
But I'm going to have to take off, boys.
Yeah, no worries.
Unfortunately.
No worries. No worries, Pete. We might do this again next week, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no worries.
Sure. Going to head down to Hua Hin next Saturday.
Yeah.
Down to Hua Hin for about a month. So looking forward to getting down there. Got to
catch up with Johnny, mate.
Johnny, yeah. Catch up with mate Johnny. We'll see what happens. What happens, Johnny. But I've got an Airbnb down there for a month. So that should be fun right near the beach.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
G'day, Ollie. How are you, love? But it's like a highway behind you. They're in and out, in and out. You've got the whole family.
Yeah. Well, this is the front entrance, isn't it? Yeah.
What's
the front entrance? Everyone's out here. Like I said, this is kind of.
Wouldn't be able to break into the place, would it? Yeah,
I went over, straight to the temple. Went to see the head monk, and did the Waipa, and had a word to the head monk, and then went up and saw the little player barn. The guy that runs the show here in the village, and had a beer with him, and tick the boxes.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. So it's the guy behind me here, this guy here, that's Ollie's uncle. He was a monk for about 25 years.
Yeah, right. Oh, cool.
He's a very, very well-respected person.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just tell you a quick story before I go. The other night I was sleeping in the house and I just couldn't get to sleep. There was a bit of wind and I don't know, something wasn't right, and I just couldn't get to sleep. It wasn't because I couldn't sleep. I'd take a sleeping pill now and then. I had enough beer and all that kind of stuff. But I just heard these noises and a bit of wind and stuff like that. And I just felt a little bit uncomfortable. And I told Ollie's uncle the next day. And anyway, he's in there and he's blessing the house and he's got the bloody branch. And he's got it in water and he's Namo Tassar and I'm down like that. And he's splashed the water all over my hand and he splashed the water over in the house. But the funny thing is, he reckons, right, I brought some bad spirits back from Cambodia.
Oh
no.
That's what he reckons.
You're possessed.
Yeah.
It don't start spinning around and spewing fucking pea soup all over the place.
No, it was quite. I don't know. It was kind of weird, because I went to the killing fields and I went to all these places where the Khmer Rouge committed atrocities over in Cambodia, and he reckons I probably picked up a bad spirit or something or a bad vibe.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've been sleeping like a baby ever since.
Yeah,
he's got rid. Oh yeah, happy days now.
Oh, bargain. Oh, that's all right.
He come up to me before and he goes, "How'd you sleep last night?" I said, "My pen lie." I said, "Lap sabai." He bailao.
I think your missus might freak out a bit if she wakes up in the middle of the night and you're floating a foot above the bed. Oh man, fucking exorcism. Movie scared the shit out of me when I saw that. I was only young. We saw it in town, and man, I had every alleyway I walked past, I ran past.
Yeah. Good day, Dom. Yeah. Anyway, I've got to go, fellas.
No worries.
I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks for everyone coming on, and it's good to see some familiar faces.
Yeah.
Good day, Dom. Dom's just come on there. Craig, Steve, again, thank you very much, mate. We appreciate it very much. You're a gentleman. Yeah, I'm glad it did bring back some memories there, Steve. The camp hot video. So that's what it's all about, mate. Bringing back some good memories.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
no, it's good up here too. I'm really enjoying up here. They treat me like a king, you know, and you know, it's kind of embarrassing sometimes how much they go out of their way to look after you. You know, like it's really good. You know, it's just really good people.
You don't get much of that in Australia, do you? You walk out, you look the wrong way. What are you fucking looking at?
Yeah, we don't talk to your neighbours in Melbourne. You know,
like, no, exactly.
Neighbours.
Yeah, chuck rocks.
All right, thanks, Steve. Thanks, guys. Anyway, I'll see you. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, no worries.
Signing off from Nuck on Sawan.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jono.
Yeah, no worries.
See you guys.
Okay.
See you, mate. Cheers, boys.
Yep. Yeah, so we've been over a bit unorganised. No, not bad. I was a bit unorganised at the start. I was running around like a blue-ass fly trying to get about 10 things done at once. But anyway, it's all good. Oh, man, what have you done today?
Had a bit of a nana nap. So I'll come in and fire up the computer and, saw on the chat, that, Pete's on.
Yeah.
No, I thought I'd jump on, but say g'day.
Yeah.
I might depart myself soon, Ray. We've got the old James Bond classics. They're doing the old James Bond movies. I've been, sitting down watching the little bloke. They've got Goldfinger on tonight, so that's a good one. Yeah.
I had a buddy getting Netflix to have a look see what's on. There's not a great deal on there either. I'll just finish with that
on
Stand.
Netflix?
Yeah. I watched that bloody movie that I think it was a Norwegian dub movie, Troll or Trolls or some bloody thing. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It was a bit different, that's for sure. Anyway, I've got to go searching. I haven't had it for ages. You watch it, for a while, and you see all the movies, and then you got to come back about 2 years later when they got a few more movies and watch it again.
I got an email today from Netflix saying there's the movie may interest you. I clicked on it, and it's they got the Batman, has come out. I was going to say I'll watch that for a little break sometime, but
well, that's on Stan. But I need to do it for a month. I'll get rid of it. I want to get that Paramount. I think they got another season on there, a series on there that bloody I think it's called 1927 or some bloody thing. It's something to do with that Yellowstone, like a prequel thing.
Right. Thanks very much, Steve. That's a very nice compliment you said, mate.
Yeah.
Good on you, Steve. It was wonderful catching up with Steve in Bangkok. He certainly treated us to a wonderful night out, Ray.
Yeah, it would have been.
We had a wonderful night, lovely feed. It was very nice.
It's always good to spend time with people.
The Serpent series on Netflix is based on Bangkok in the 70s. I'll write that down and check it out.
The Serpent.
The Serpent.
I think Zemmy's going to have a stream tonight sometime. I don't know what time.
Who is?
I think Zemmy was going to have a stream tonight too.
All right.
Might have a shower and have a couple of bourbons, I think, and see if he's going to
go
have
for
one.
it, Ray. I was surprised at Bangkok, Ray. Really, there's sort of a couple of things that surprised me. One was street food. I remember a couple of years ago, just before COVID hit, the Prime Minister, he said, we're cutting down on street food. And that all sort of, sort of died in the arse for a little while. But going back to Bangkok this time, like there's more street food around, more than ever.
Yeah, well, that's what that's one of its highlights. Bangkok's street food.
Indeed. But I know it's just where I was staying around Ceylon Road, but like in the morning, we're zooming down to they had a Patpong morning market there, and and that was like Patpong one was taken up with street food stalls. Spot the Aussie, spot the white man. It was all for the ties, but it was everything there, and very cheap price. The missus was, she was wrapped. Like I think the first day we went there, we spent about $30-40. Now we had enough food for a week virtually.
Hey, how do you say not spicy in Thai again? I fucking forgot.
Mate pad.
That's what I learned when I went over there. Your mate Bernie, he says, well, if you want to feed there, he says, walk around, he says, and if you see a bunch of people in a restaurant or a street vendor, he says, just walk up and order. I'll have a look and just say those words, and bloody, and they'll give you a good feed,
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
But where we were in Ceylon Road, I was sort of right next to the Bangkok head office of the Bangkok Bank.
Yeah.
And behind there, there's a street market called Lay Lai Sup, which is essentially for all the Bangkok bank workers. And there's all these little food stalls, behind the bank, and it's a little L-shaped, sort of soy at the back of the Bangkok Bank, and and off there's sort of a couple of large areas where you can sit down and have your 40 baht soup, and Jack loved it. He loved going over there, and then just down the road at Soy 10 in Ceylon Road, there was another Thai lunchtime food market, and there was Soy Convent just across the road from Patpong in the morning. When Patpong closed about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, Soy Convent kicked off. So it was I sort of recommend that area, like as far as well, it used to be close to the red light district of Patpong, but I got the mail that Patpong is going to be back to normal by the end of December. The lady I know, she's got a lingerie shop there. I used to buy a lot of stock off her when I had my Thai handicraft shop. And she was saying Patpong's all going to be getting back on its feet again, and the night market's going to reopen, but the red light districts, as far as Soy Cowboy and Nana Plaza, they're busier than what I've ever known them.
Yeah, right. No,
absolutely, flat out.
Yeah. Excellent. I'll have a look at that bloody thing of pizza not too. Yeah. Yeah, we've got to go and have a dunny in a minute too.
G'day, Matt. G'day, mate. I might actually make a move, right?
Yeah, me too. When I shut it down, I think I've got to go and have a shower and feed the cat and do everything. I've been sort of, we're going to sit down, and I've just been that busy this afternoon. I've had 5 minutes to scratch myself.
Yeah, it's not spent a bit of time for the little boy. Like he's not been on a good week. He just went away for 3-4 week holiday in Thailand.
Yeah.
Went back to school last Monday, and then Friday he had all the day off. He had to go to a music retreat with all the kids around the the eastern suburbs here, and they all met up at some local school, and they had to put on learn to study some music for a day, and they put on a concert at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he's come home for the weekend. He hasn't been off the computer yet,
right,
all weekend so far, and then he's going away on camp on Monday.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to be away for 2 or 3 nights, and then comes Thursday, he's got orientation day at his new school.
Yeah, well, they got things busy, haven't they?
And then after that, I think he's going on holidays.
He's
he's riding the wave at the moment.
Yeah,
But
cool.
it might be good to sit down and with him tonight and watch
Yeah.
Gold. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no worries.
He asked me last night, what do I think the best James Bond movies were, and I said, oh, the old ones are pretty good and spectacular for the times. And
Yeah, fair enough.
he said, oh, do you think Goldfinger was the best? And I thought, oh no, it was a good movie, but I said, I thought Thunderball was one of the best James Bond movies.
Yeah, I never got into them.
So that'll be on tomorrow night for sure, Thunderball.
Yeah, no
because,
worries. Yeah, no worries. Well, I'm gonna go and have a shower, I think, and get all the grit off me. I mean, bloody outside and cleaning up. We're been working out the carport, mate. I can build nearly 3/4 of a wheelie bin up full of fucking boxes and rubbish and shit. Talk about trying to find my tools. Fucking hell. But anyway, it's all clean out there now, so that's good. Get that bloody car.
I'll catch up with you in the morning then, Ray.
Yeah, no worries. I'll catch you later. I think Zimmy's having one tonight. I just sent him a message, but he's to see if he's having one at all. He could have pinned his bloody put a post up,
He want to watch the soccer,
he probably having dinner. He's doing something. Yeah, no worries. Okie dokie. Yeah, okay, then we'll see you later.
On you, Ray. Thanks for joining us, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Take care.
See you. Okay, bye.
See you soon, Ray. Take care.
Good night. See ya.